We have head coach Ivan Vukonovic and player Danish Farooq. The floor is open for questions.
Yes, coach. How do you feel?
Nice, nice. Always excited to be here. So everything's all right.
Very good.
Yeah, everything's good.
I think you're happy to see the fans.
Yeah, always. So always everyone must be excited when you come to this stadium. So of course, as a coach, it's a pleasure. It will be a pleasure to be back.
So, Kerala Blasters, the performance is not bad, above average, but we lost a match. So, how do you feel about the next match?
Well, every game for us is difficult. It's hard. Every game for us, it's fighting for the points, for the victories. So, since we arrived here more than 2 years ago, there was not a single game where we didn't have to fight for every point. So I think that tomorrow it will be the same. It will be nothing different. Of course, in this kind of stadium and environment with the atmosphere, the players, they enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. They give everything they have, and of course, I hope to see a good game tomorrow.
Hi, coach.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome back after
Thank you.
long time
Yeah.
ban. This is 10 match ban. So after the match against the Bengaluru FC, the playoff match next Wednesday, you are facing a lot of problem, and not only you with the team. So after long time back, how do you feel the last incident happened at Bengaluru against Bengaluru FC? And what's your thought about the next match against Odisha FC?
Well, to be honest, it's been a long time, and so many things have happened since then. And even in my head, it's over. It's a long time, and I'm the guy who always likes to think about the next steps. The today, present moment, future, and all these things. The things that in the past, it's case closed. It's over. So many things have happened. We changed certain things in our club. So now we're preparing. We have started the new season. I'm happy to see the boys improving. I'm happy to see the team getting a new shape. So for all these kind of things, not only in this case, but in many cases in life, what I look at the situation, I don't like to bother about the past. This is done. This is over. So in this case now we prepare for the good game against very good opponent. So I hope that the boys tomorrow, whoever gets chance to run onto the pitch, that they will give 100% to show that we are available to win the game.
What's your opinion about the refereeing in the ISL system? Because do you think the refereeing system is not fair, especially against Blasters? Because the last match against Northeast, the penalty, the short penalty is the coming, right? So what is your feeling and your opinion about the refereeing in the ISL system?
No, I will not say that the referees are typically against Blasters. No, we have to be fair with ourselves. We have to be fair about everything, about our league. Okay, so far we know that we have to deal with human errors, which are the part of any part of our lives. Okay. If we see certain situations, not only in our games, but in many other games, since even this season started, we see many occasions, many situations where there are certain teams that are at the bad end of decisions, and actually that after those decisions, the teams are losing points, losing position on the ranking. But as a human, you know that you have to deal with those situations and human errors. So that's it, because so far we are not supported by the new technologies that can help the game improve, that can help many people in the football to improve, not only players, coaches, referees, even federations. So far, after everything what has happened in the previous, let's say, 2 years, I'll say it since I arrived, there is improvement, but I think that now we arrive to one moment where we cannot see no more improvement. And I think that the support of certain aspects of technology can be very useful. And I think that it should be the next step. I have personally nothing against referees, and I will never have. I think, and I'm certain that they're all good guys, and I'm certain that they always try to do the best they can. But sometimes when you see certain situations, I feel that they've been thrown, to the lions. I think that they try to do the best, but also the people who are educating them, they have to try to do the best, because every year when we have those meetings, we speak about the football, the improvement of Indian Super League. We always say and get this info from a federation as well, that okay guys, you have to improve your clubs, you have to improve the teams, you have to improve the players, you have to improve this, you have to improve that. Yeah, but from the other hand, the other improvement has to be there as well. And sometimes when I see those situations, speaking about referees, sometimes I'm sorry about them, because you see them being thrown to the lions in a cage with the lions, and the only tool that got provided by whoever, educated, it's like they get a toothpick or a nail cutter and say, okay, go fight with the lions. Ain't gonna happen. So with this kind of thing, I think that if we don't get this kind of support or improvement in the next period, that these moments can kill the spirit of the game, and actually that can kill the motivation and losing interest. Because if you see that worldwide this kind of technology is present for almost like 7 years already, 6 or 7 years. Some countries, they evolved so much, they have third generation of these things. So I think it's needed, because it will help for the further development of football players, especially youngsters, players who are on the pitch, referees as well, teams, coaches, and everybody, and we will make that next step, which actually the chaining process, it will improve at the end, that everybody of us, we want to see national team. So this is what I see. So certainly I don't have nothing against referees. Personally, I will never have. Actually, I support those guys. I want to see them like managing the games in a correct way, that we meet after the game everybody and have a nice feeling. So far, I think that we must somehow do that step, but it has to start from the federation itself. So I hope that it will be the next step. Otherwise, it can provoke losing interest from any sides. I'll give you one example. In off the season, when you are about to build up your teams and you're trying to talk to some foreign players from abroad, first thing they ask you about the league. First thing they ask you, hey, you don't have a VAR? Okay, I don't come. I don't care. No, really, that's the case. Or like, you don't have a training center? Okay, I don't come. Call me at the end of the August, last week of transfer window. If I don't have nothing, maybe I'll come. That's the fact. That's the truth. So then again, the whole league from that side, there must be certain steps to improvement that actually you can attract more and more important things, that it can improve the league. Otherwise, like I say, it can kill the spirit of the game. And actually, many people will start losing interest, which I would not like to see. So actually, I will always support them. That's my opinion.
What about the team updation against the next match? Is there any injury concern, and is Leszkovic fit for the next game?
No, still not. Leszkovic will be fit for the next game. So of course, in these cases, we want to always take care about on a long term to see that we don't lose the players like for one game and then again for a long period. I think that the period of Duran Cup provoked many injuries, many things, because when you face, let's say, conditions that you face in pre-season, being pushed to play these competition games, and you enter into that like injury moment, and then like later you have to improvise. So for Leszkovic, we'll have to wait one more week to be sure. For all the others, that the other guys are out and already had the surgeries, like Iban. Jigsaw now in the next period also will have to go under one important treatment. So of course, but we have young players, the other guys, they'll have to step up, and that's how you get the chance. That's how you become a player. So we're happy with the team.
Thank you.
Hello.
Bye.
Good to see you guys. Thank you.
Your main strikers, Dimitri and Tommy Pepe, are not scoring yet. Do you get concerned about them?
No, because I think actually Dimi last season as well took a couple of games to get on a scoring sheet. Again, the thing what provoked him being doubtful in the last period, again the injury from Duran Cup, then you have to find a way how to recover the player in a correct way, that he is back to get into the shape, to get into the rhythm. So now also in the last couple of days he got his first child. Okay, his wife they got a boy, so we are happy for him, and he's a great professional. He's working so hard. So I think the moment he starts doing that, he will be doing that again. So not concerned about it.
Initial games, our defense line look very strong, but all of a sudden it seems a little breakable. So how do you plan to strengthen the defense line?
Well, I think that this season as well, like the last season, we have many new faces. When they arrive, many of them arrived late at the end of the transfer window, at the end of the preseason, and then when you start building up your team, not only defensive line with new faces, it needs a couple of moments, that they fit together, that they get to know each other. Then in the preseason, an important part when we were in Emirates, many of our players, they went for national team, and then when you are in a period where you have to prepare actually for the competition, everything, you are missing many pieces of that puzzle. And then actually we started building up the moment when we came back from the, let's say, first game against Bengaluru here. Actually, I think 2 days before that first game, we had our team for the first time to practice together from whole preseason. So, and it was affected by national team windows, national team games, some injuries. But anyway, you deal with those things. The beauty in a football and coaching job, that whatever you plan, you have to know that the morning you wake up, nothing will go by the plan. So, you always have to improvise and try to modify things. So. It's been a while, and I can't wait to be back, because I'm the most happiest when I am with the team, when I'm on the field, because it gives me energy, and the moment here in this stadium, that's something special. That's something special that doesn't exist in whole country, with all due respect to all other clubs. But the feeling being here, being part of this club, you can ask any player, even Danish, he will tell you, it's something special, and I can't wait to be back. For all those months and everything, I would like to personally thank them for all the support, all the messages. I will always be there for them, for the team, to protect the interests of our team. And of course, we will always try to manage to give everything on this pitch, to fight for the badge, to fight for them, because that's how it is. The football we play for the fans, So, can't wait to be tomorrow there with them.
Good to see you back.
Thank you.
How do you see the performance of your team away from the
I didn't hear you again.
How do you see the performance of your team during absence, like from absence to the level?
Well, you always want to see the team playing with consistency, with power, with everything. So, it was a pleasure, because actually some of them, they showed more than we expected. We know that we are in period, because this league is quite uncommon, because in the pre-season, like we said, we had many things that we had to manage and improvise during the pre-season, where actually you have to work with your team on a daily basis. Then you had like 3 weeks without national team players, or some injured players, or the players coming late at the end of the pre-season. In one moment in the Emirates, we were with, I think, 15, 16 players only, playing those games, being pushed with those players to play those games. You get more injured players. And, I think that this, now the league is like, all the teams are still like in the moment of searching the, let's say, the best momentum. And I think from the game of, I think half somewhere competition that actually the teams get in a shape, get in a rhythm, and then the second part where actually you see many teams performing on the highest level. So far, we're okay. We're trying to avoid injuries. We're trying to modify things. Of course, the players who are in the shape, to let them play. Some youngsters fighting for the spot. I like to see that, and we are giving them a chance. Actually, we are one of the clubs in the league who actually gives chance to young players. We are very proud to develop them, to give them time and space to grow up with us, not only from our academy, but also from many academies from the whole India, I think. And we're actually proud of it. Even the club, the way the club is working, like the idea and the project of the owners and everything, how they plan, invest, it's really a pleasure to be here, to work in this environment. So now with the team, of course, you want every game that they perform at the highest level. And of course, you manage that, you practice, you train them that when the game comes that they are the best. So far I think that we can always do better, and we will try to reach that.
How do you see the match against Bishop tomorrow?
Well, like any other game, you have to go outside with a good fighting spirit, with a good mindset, with a good approach, and actually to try to do the things you want. They are a very good team with the good individuals, And of course, like I said, every game since I arrived from the day one, the season one last year, now every game for us is, you have to fight for the points. Not a single one game we got points offered, or it never happened that we won, that somebody said, okay, here is your victory. Here's like, no, we have to fight for that. So I see tomorrow it will be, hope to see good game, and like I always say, let the better team wins.
The reason for
Suspension.
yes.
Yeah, but the letter we get from the federation, it was because there was a conflict in the game against Mumbai. So and that's why he got punished. 3 games him, 3 games also for Drincic. And I would not like to think that in these kind of moments federation takes the acts, not speaking about us, but against any other club out of, let's say, vengeance or something. I think it was a little bit hard, but anyway, these are the decisions of federation, and you have to deal with it. So this is how it goes. So 2 more games for him, 2 more games for Drincic. So till the national team break now, and the next one in Calcutta against East Bengal, they will have to sit down, and that's it. After that, we will recover also injured players. So this is how it goes.
Any questions for Danish?
Please.
Yeah. Now you are checking as a great striker of last year, because you have scored against Northeast FC, and before that you have scored against Mumbai FC. So how do you feel now, and what is your expectation for the next match as a striker?
It feels amazing every time when you score any goal. So it's more special when you score here in Kalur in front of so many fans. Like it's a lifetime memory for me. So I think I always work hard, and I believe it's not always you only scoring a goal. It's like how you fight for every ball, and you fight for the 90 minutes. I think that's more important. So I keep to be every time to be humble and just stick on whatever the coach has said. So I think that's more important. So hopefully I hope to give my best and put the good show.
One more question. You celebrate the goal against Northeast FC as Cristiano Ronaldo style.
Yeah.
Are you a Ronaldo fan or a...
Yeah, obviously I am a Cristiano Ronaldo fan from my childhood, so that's why I do the celebration, and I hope there will be many of those in the stadium.
Danish, I know that you have been called Kashmir Ronaldo in your place.
Yes.
I'm also from your place, by the way. So you were like the highest scorer with the Real Kashmir FC, and you had the most number of assists also.
Yeah.
So are you going on the same way?
Well, you cannot say anything like that, but I hope that this season it's gonna be like that. But as I said, every time I believe in the hard work. So that's what I can do every time when I go inside the ground, inside the pitch. The only thing that I can say I can do is give my 100%. So that's what I'm gonna do in the coming match also.
That instance in Bangalore last year, he thought he was one of the coolest managers, coolest coaches in the league. But does that incident come back to your mind again and again, or have you pushed that out of your head now? Does it keep coming back to your mind, or have you closed that chapter of that time of instance?
No, very, let's say, very close after that happened. For me, it was case closed. Even in that moment, when it happened, there was no interaction, so there was no contact with the referees or officials. So there was no anger. So, and very quickly after that, it was case closed. So very well in the last, since I arrived, I've never had trouble nor problems with officials, with referees, with another coaches or another, opponents, or never. So from my side, but anyway, like I said, the past, it's been a long time, many things are already now happened and in front of us, so I'm more focused like what will happen next. So that's how it goes. So.
But do you think coaches and players, when it comes to suspension or this, do you think coaches and players are being given a fair, are they being discussed, do they also get to hear the officials before they come up with this decision, suspension and all the decisions?
Well, I don't know. From one part, you have these bodies who are deciding about those things. Of course, you can always give your opinion as a coach or as a player, but this body and the commissions, they have in their mind the things they want to follow, the rules or whatever it is. So sometimes even before you got the hearing or something, decision has been made. So, but anyway, this is how it goes. This is how it goes. You have to deal with it. You go with it, and I always, like I said, I want to see the improvement of the game. I want to see the improvement because in any part of your life, whatever you are doing in a personal life, in a business, you want to see the improvement every day. You want to see that these things are getting better and better. And sometimes you get frustrated if it doesn't happen, and you want to see that. And actually, we all do and try to contribute ourselves to that improvement. Like I say, if it doesn't happen, if it stays on the long terms like that, then many people will start losing interest, which is not nice, So I hope that the next step will be, we saw in the last period as well, some people from Federation announcing and saying that there will be new technologies, there will be new things, So far it didn't happen, so hope to see that. Hope to see that, because I think this is a nice league, nice competition, and it has to be implemented in order to, improve the league. Maybe tomorrow having more teams in the league, or this will add this spicy thing to the league to become better. And like that, with the chain effect on a longer term, it will improve your youth academies, forming players, national teams, not only young but also senior national team, and then you can hope for better results and actually creating many nice things in the football. So I hope to see that.
Because we are already in the 10th year now, so the faster these things happen, it's better for the league, isn't it?
Yeah, but in some way there are improvements. In some way we are stagnating on the same level. So in these kind of things, like maybe with new technologies, new educational part for the referees, where actually they can improve, making that next step. Also, if you speak giving experience to domestic referees to go and participate in international competitions like Champions League of Asia, of AFC. Sometimes it will not happen because we don't have this kind of technology, so the international level cannot allow them to be in that part, those games, because they don't have that domestic practice, And I understand that implementing such a technology is not an easy thing. There are examples from European countries where I live, like in Belgium. One big system operating from one city with the satellites, whatever. It's a large country. You have to maybe implement different centers. You have to educate people to work inside those large centers. It's not only that you can take anyone. That must be maybe ex-referees or even now in this case maybe pulling out some of the referees off the pitch, putting them in the VAR rooms to work. But you know, they might say, why should I go? I want to be on the pitch. You know, then you have to educate new referees, and it takes time. You know, so I understand it's not easy, but I hope it will happen. And of course, all of us, we have to support those ideas. We have to, but so far, you know, even if these things, it can frustrate many people around, players, coaches, clubs, everything. We have to deal with human errors. We have to deal with it. No, I don't want to see later that frustration actually leads to more and more moments where actually the clubs will be damaged by those decisions, where actually at the end you don't get the correct ranking on at the end of the season, or correct results, where actually it will provoke more and more teams losing points directly, which can happen, which has happened since the start of this season as well. But again, you know, we have to deal with that. You know, there's the situation, and again, from our side, we have to support it.
When you talk about human errors, suppose you compare the other countries where you work, do you think the human errors are more here? Like, suppose you look at a personality or something?
No, I think it's because in a football game, you know, you have 1 second to take decision. You know, even when you see the players, when they get the ball, you know, they have in their mind, okay, they have now 1 second to make decision with the ball, whether they're going to dribble or shoot or pass, or the referee is the same, you know, in that 1 second, and then they know that they're not supported by the technology so far, so they have to take decisions. Even last night I was watching one game in Champions League or highlights, and German team leading 1-0. There was the penalty accorded to another team, away team. There was a penalty clear, and the team could have got to equal 1-1, but then he was called by the technology. Okay, go and see. He checked, and he disallowed the penalty, so no penalty, because on the video you see that it was not a penalty. So these kind of things can give you more quality to the game, you know, and then the people will appreciate it, not only fans, but the people, the clubs, the coaches, the players, and it improve all the levels of the football game. If it doesn't happen, then you get that feeling that it kills the spirit of the game, and more people gets affected by that, frustrated, and that's not nice. So let's hope for the best.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you all for that.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you.